All right, and now to the women, and this is, there's even more drama on this side. Biggest storyline I think right now is Serena Williams is out. Credit to Harmony Tan. She had a fantastic match, but we spoke about this after the match. We were texting one another, and we both kind of said the same thing. Serena lost to herself.
Yeah, she was up a break in that first set and then ended up losing it. And then she kind of got herself back on track there in the second. And then in the third, we went to a tie break, which she came out blazing. She was 4-0 in that tie break. And I was like, okay, Serena's going to wrap this up.
Mm-hmm.
Like that first set was just a fluke. It's fine. And then slowly but surely, Harmony Tan works her way back into the tiebreak and then eventually wins the entire thing, which is kind of crazy, but props to her because she just stuck with her game. Like she kind of has a bit of like variant to her game. She like likes to slice. She likes to hit the forehand and the backhands. And so it's sad that Serena's out this early, but I don't know. You're right. I think she really did just lose to herself there.
She had so many errors that and she even said it, like you said, in the post-match press conference. She was like, I could have won here, here, and here, and I didn't, and that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm a bit upset. I really was excited to see her, 40 years old, coming back after a year, not winning a singles match since like last June 2021, and I was like, she's gonna do it. And yeah, it's sad because we don't really know how much more she has in her. And honestly, after today, I'm not really sure if we're actually going to see her, win another tennis match.
I mean, definitely not winning another slam. I know people love to have that number 24 circled, they're hoping for it. But I think even though her level is still pretty good, like still played pretty well yesterday. I think we saw glimpses of the old Serena as well. I remember I was watching and I was like, she makes the court look so small when she plays. And I just love that. And so, yeah, I think we could see her win another match. But I won't go as far as like winning another slam.
Well, she's home soon. She loves the U.S. Open, so maybe I'm definitely hoping to see her, go a little further this time.
Yeah.
But another huge story in WTA is the Wimbledon dress code. Mm-hmm. Do you want to break that down for us?
Yeah, so this has actually been going on for a while, but a big story came out yesterday about, so we know the Wimbledon dress code is that they have to wear white. It's very traditional, the Queen's Club, all of that. And then the players came out, the WTA players came out and said that they have a really tough time with this dress code because of their periods, because of their menstrual cycles. And it makes sense. Like they're afraid there's going to be leaks. Like when you wear white clothing and things like that, there's a lot of, worry about playing, especially because the clothes can also be like super tight and you're on TV all the time. And so I thought this was very interesting because a couple of players have had to like go and change like during Wimbledon, during their matches because of that issue. And I'm wondering if maybe this is a time for Wimbledon to change their dress code.
I mean, I think there's a lot of things that Wimbledon needs to change. And we've kind of been breaking that down as we've been talking about it, especially this year. But yeah, I mean, it does seem a little, dated that you have to wear white. It has to be a certain way. Because what is that really representing? Like, especially in the world of 2022, we're seeing so many different kinds of tennis players coming from all different, ethnicities and backgrounds. And what is this whole thing about it being white and prim and proper? Like, it is just it's just dated in my opinion. And then you bring up something like, well, women are worried about, their periods. It's like, of course they are. Like, why are they and they shouldn't have to worry about this when they're playing in a Grand Slam. Like, I think that's the bigger picture here. It's like, let the athlete focus on being an athlete and not have to focus on all this, kind of BS in the background.
Yeah, I for one, I know we wouldn't care what the players wear. I know it's a very interesting topic that people care so much about what players wear, about what athletes wear in general. It's like a giant, pop culture, fashion kind of conversation. But at this point, Wimbledon, maybe it's time to renovate your dress code like you renovated your courts last year.
Exactly. Tennis in general, though, I think it's a little bit still hoity-toity, if you will.
Yeah, for sure.
And finally, we want to talk about Bianca Andreescu. So we'll talk about her match in just a moment. She did win, but she posted on her social media that apparently Canadian fans could not find her match on, Canadian broadcasting channels. And they were able to watch Chapeau and Felix. So Bianca threw a little bit of shade at TSN, calling them out because they're the ones that are covering Wimbledon here in Canada. And I totally agree with everything she's saying. And I think, first of all, you have to prioritize the Canadians in this tournament. We are in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, if you want to watch any specific players, you might have to find a stream. Absolutely. But she's also, like, arguably way more popular than either of the two, and people want, like, she should have every right to be viewed.
Yeah, I think there's a major problem with broadcasting women's tennis and compared to men's tennis in Canada. And, we're seeing that, like, the Grand Slams are supposed to be equal in terms of pay and in terms of broadcasting as well. So to see this issue come up, and it's nice to see an athlete speak about it, because God knows we've been talking about it for a very long time. God knows I've tweeted my fair share of shade, but it's really frustrating, because you're right, she is a Canadian, and just like, why? I don't understand how these decisions get made, why some get prioritized over another, where it's so easy to watch men's tennis, but we need to make women's tennis more accessible.
Especially because they're also broadcasting it on so many channels.
Exactly.
It's like, how did you guys miss this one? Honestly, this to me is so black and white. It's a big slip by TSN, and it's just unfortunate. And I'm also kind of hoping they saw it, and maybe now, like, going forward, like, okay, you made a mistake, let's fix it. Just be pragmatic about it, in my opinion.
Well, they did see it, because about an hour later after she posted, the TSN Twitter account said you can watch the replay of her match on TSN1 now.
Okay.
Which is like, okay, I guess, sure, it's a step, but it's also a little, like, 6 hours too late.
Yeah. Also, like, we want to watch it live. But good news for Bianca is that she won her first round.
Yes, she did win. So at least she wasn't going on there to say, oh, they didn't see me lose. They didn't see her win, which is, very sad. But she did have a comfy win to the American. And, this next match against Rybakina is going to be a very tough one. I know Rybakina struggled a little bit on grass, but I think these are two very solid players right now. And so, again, we're going with our safe bet. We're going the distance at 3 sets at plus 137. I think we're pretty comfortable taking Bianca to win that.
Yeah. I mean, let's keep her in it, because, the Canadians are slowly but surely, everyone slowly but surely is kind of getting out of this tournament. So Bianca, maybe her chances are now better as well.
Yeah.
Another big match is Coco, who had an insane first round match against one of the Romanians, and now goes on to face another Romanian.
Yeah, it's my worst nightmare, basically. But yeah, Gabby Rusev took Coco to 3 sets, which is pretty impressive, because you and I had both said that we thought Coco was going to win in straight sets, and then she ended up struggling a little bit, but she got out of it. And her reward is to face another Romanian, who personally, which is Mihaela Buzărnescu, who personally I don't think is going to give her as much trouble as Rusev did, but that is still said to be seen. What's our bet for this one?
So we are going to take the bet at over 18.5 games in total at plus 100. I think this is safe. It kind of covers, any mistakes that might be made. It'll cover if it goes into 3 sets. It doesn't have a winner. I do think Coco will come out winning this match. I also think Coco's the kind of player that when she does make mistakes, she learns from her mistakes. And that's great. That's a great quality to have at a young age. So I think we'll see Coco coming out on the other side. But yeah, we're playing it safe. Like, this Wimbledon tournament, I don't know what's going to happen with anyone. So I think this bet keeps you covered. And without the winner, you should be fine with this one.
Yeah.
And finally, we have another Romanian, because they're just taken over here in Simona Halep, who had a fantastic first round match.
Yeah, I'm much calmer, because I was a little bit nervous about her match with Mukova, but then she easily dismissed her. She was playing, like, really, really well. And so now I feel a little bit better about her next round matchup against Flipkins. I mean, like I said before, Halep on grass is the perfect combination. It suits her so well, and I'm very excited. I know some people have placed that futures bet that I was talking about earlier this week on her to win all of Wimbledon. I'm feeling a little bit better about it now.
Yeah. I think Halep is definitely a favorite right now. And like you said, her on grass, she's just so dominant on this surface. And it's really hard to be dominant on grass, right? So I think she has such an advantage. And just the way she played in that first round, like, she really showed, guys, I'm here and I'm ready.
Yeah, and I'm very happy with the Romanians, I will add. I think we started with 7, we're at 6 now, but we'll see what happens once tomorrow's over, how many Romanians are still in it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Hopefully tomorrow there won't be as much drama and we can just focus on more important things like good quality tennis. So make sure you check us out.